Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead podcast. We are the two chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Erin, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 84, January 24th, 2024.
Yep.
So we just got done with a big, deep freeze.
Yeah, we're starting the great thaw.
Yeah. And well, we get a little bit of ice here and there today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little fun. We're supposed to get like 2/10 of ice, 2/10 of an inch of ice.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning. So this will be the Tuesday morning. So the day before the podcast comes out. But we'll see how that goes. It's about normal.
Yep.
So, but it's like 31 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, it was going to get warmer tonight than
Yep.
it was today.
Yep. So this morning it started raining a little bit. My car was nice and cleaned off. The windshield was iced over before I hit the next town over, which is like 6 miles away.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a fun ride in this morning. But tomorrow's supposed to be worse, so I have to just get up earlier and go.
Yeah.
But happy to report all the animals are alive and well.
Yes.
So it was interesting.
Yeah.
Catching out to the coop.
I mean,
and,
usually it's not a big deal. Like, we feel like we've got a pretty solid plan on how we handle the cold, but it got really cold.
Yeah. So the lowest that we got was like 15 below during the day, and then overnight was like give or take 20 below.
Yeah, and that's not counting wind chill.
Right. Wind chill was in the 30s to 40s below. So, I mean, it's on par with about what we get this time of year.
Yeah, I don't know why it seems like it's so cold. Maybe because it was just so fast.
Yeah. Because, like, the week before, it was, like, 30.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, winter's here.
Yeah. Hello. Here's 8 inches of snow and a 40-degree temperature drop.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't think you had any frozen broken eggs either.
No, I didn't, actually.
So, usually we get 1 or 2 a year.
Yeah. And maybe I don't know. Well, I think as the years go by, it's easier to be like, okay, kids, I'm going out to do the chickens.
Yeah.
And I just get ready and I go out. Where maybe a couple of years ago it was like, the little one was really clingy and I couldn't go out because it was, a disaster.
That's true.
So
because you're walking 20 feet away outside the house and she's stuck inside.
I mean,
sister.
there were times where I'd look to the back of the house and I'd see her just crying, looking at me through the window, and it's like, just right here. So I think that kind of stuff changes.
Yep. So the only thing I noticed with the rabbits was one of the does had ice on her nose, and I could tell it was from like condensation from her breathing.
Yeah. And
it's like, you're gonna make it or you're not.
Yeah, she's the one that's kind of retired.
Yeah.
Anyway, not that we want her to suffer, but there's not
and
much we can do.
We have a buck who's kind of got a weepy eye. It actually wasn't that bad. I've gone out there before, and it's been Thor. It's been pretty icy, and he's been covered in snow before.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm right here. So, but yeah, 2-3 times a day out there doing water. I gave them extra food just to give them something to eat. Mm-hmm. They honestly didn't eat much.
Yeah.
By the time I turned around and walked back into the house, the water was starting to freeze over already. Mm-hmm. So it's like, get it while you can.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be out here all day.
Right.
So, but yeah, everybody seemed to be doing pretty good. And they get into their routine where they know I'm coming out with the water, so they're all like right there. Mm-hmm. And they get it. And we leave once a couple days into it, I'll leave, I get a full water bowl, I'll break the brick of ice out, and I'll leave it in their cage and let them chew on it.
Yeah.
So, in case they don't have something.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got the water heater for the chickens and the metal watering trough or whatever you call it.
Which is only good to 10 degrees.
Yeah, and it did not keep up. I mean, there was, like, when I went out there one of the days, it was mostly frozen over with, like, one little circle of, like, water.
Yeah, because that's where they were pecking at.
So it was interesting to see it, like, not keeping up.
Yeah, so that water is only good, or that heater on that water is only good to 10 above 0.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, that makes sense.
I think everybody did pretty good. The chickens just kind of stayed in their coop.
Yeah, we didn't even let them out a lot because they weren't interested.
Right.
So instead of having it freeze open, we just kind of...
It also froze shut, too.
But, I mean, yeah, all we had to do is really just every couple of days...
check
water and food.
Yeah. But they stayed in the coop pretty much all day. They didn't even come down to the run.
Yeah, there was one day where I went out with the scrambled eggs, and they came out, and I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were, like, up there.
But at least they got some snacks, so we gave scrambled eggs to warm them up. You gave a bunch of cracked corn, too, which I know helps.
Yeah, I've got cracked corn out there.
So, that was a good way to keep them warm, and then a little extra straw in the coop, and same with the rabbits, too. Gave them a little extra straw. I mean, we had does that were due that didn't deliver.
Yeah.
But they still had their nest boxes, and a couple of them used it, and 9 times out of 10, I'll do the nest box, and 2 or 3 of them won't use it. And they'll just sit outside.
It seemed like a lot of the bucks were in them.
Yeah, they didn't really have a whole lot of stuff in them because they just kick it out and they just sitting there.
But at least it kind of is another wall.
Yeah. The only one I did notice was Judy has the cage on like the windward side of the setup where she gets the most wind. I could tell she spun her nest box around so the face wasn't facing into the wind.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of sat in there.
Yeah.
So at least she knew kind of what to do. So that was pretty smart.
Yeah.
And then the other one next to her, which is Cookie, sat with her nose in to the nest box with her butt hanging out. So, and then everybody else just like sat in the cage.
Gracie was just kind of in her little corner.
Yep. I couldn't tell if Gracie had any ice on or snow on her because she's got that grayish color to her with being a silver fox.
Yeah, I didn't look like it.
So, but everybody was like super happy to be jumping around and moving, and there were a few mornings where it's like, you're out here, leave me alone. So, but yeah, everybody did good.
Yeah.
It's nice. Everybody's always worried about what do you do with your rabbits when it's cold.
Well, same with chickens. It's like the chicken groups are just insane right now.
They thrive in the cold. I mean, the rabbits are fine. It's the heat that's the issue, and the chickens the same way. They do pretty good down to 15 below, I would say. Yeah. And then they're like, F this, and we're staying in the coop.
Well, what are they, like 107 degrees normal
Something
chickens?
like that, yeah, give or take. So, yeah, I mean, everybody did good. So, I was kind of happy about that. Cars all ran and started and no problems.
Yeah, I mean, there were some days where I'm glad I went out and started the truck because it kind of went and then started fine. Yeah. But just to kind of remember that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and it probably helped that I was driving your truck too during the day. Yeah. So my car was getting worked on with some minor stuff. So that sat up at the mechanic for 3 days or so. But yeah, when I went to go pick it up and it was still cold on the weekend, it fired right up and came home. So I'd say we did pretty good.
Yep, and then when we didn't have water.
Yes. So the only issue we had was the cold side of the downstairs bathroom froze. So if anybody has ever been to our house, they've seen the little bathroom that's kind of off the house. Well, that little bathroom was built on an old porch. And it's like 6 feet up, I would say. Yeah. Probably. I mean, you'd be able to walk underneath it if the bricks weren't there. Mm-hmm. And it's bricked in on all 3 sides with no access. So the pipes run outside the foundation into this little area and then run up into the bottom of the bathroom. Well, you found out the cold side froze about a week ago today. Yeah. Called me, and it was like an oh shit moment. And I scrambled home at like 1 o'clock, give or take. I think I was home by like 1:45. Yeah. I think that was probably the fastest I've ever made it home. And then we got the buddy heater out and flipped the buddy heater on high with 20-pound propane tank inside the bathroom, shut the door, and walked away for the pretty much
Yeah, I mean, I think we
hours.
ended up turning it down to low because
Yeah.
it was pretty hot.
Yeah. So it was like 105 to 110 in the bathroom. And it did seep down finally and broke the pipes loose or broke the ice loose, and we got water back.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up the next morning at 4 o'clock, give or take, and we had water dripping again.
Yeah.
So that was a huge plus. So there's a tip for you guys. If you have frozen pipes, flip your buddy heater on. But don't put it up against your vanity because you will melt the finish on your vanity. Ask me how I know.
And also that those pipe warmers that
Yes.
you got don't work in a house.
Yes. So I got the brilliant idea because it was going slow, and I'm like, I need to just find out if this is going to work. So I ran and got heat tape. So I'm running around trying to find heat tape. Thank God the grocery store in town had it. So I bought that, came home, unraveled it, stuck it on the pipes, plugged it in, and I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. And I'm like, wait a minute. I started reading the instructions. The room has to be below freezing for it to kick on.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to work when the room's 110 degrees.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, everything I think worked out, and
Yeah.
we learned some stuff. So now we know to keep the tap
Well,
open.
and it's one of those things where it's like, I kept seeing that. Like, I know to do that.
Yeah.
And it just never registered that I should actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
We've had that issue before with that same bathroom. So maybe
Yeah.
now it's in my head
Yeah.
that next time it's getting that cold to just do all that stuff.
Right. And then the other, I think I caused it because I opened up the heating vent down in the basement. So the heating vent down in the basement is the closest to the furnace. Just so we get some heat down here. Because it was getting cold down here. So I opened that up, and then the next day you call me with the frozen pipe in the bathroom, and I'm like, shit. So
It happens.
we still don't know if we have a broken pipe, but as far as I know, we haven't lost water pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a drip. We'll find out when we get our water bill.
Yeah.
So, but there is no access to that area, like, period.
Yeah.
So we'd have to break down brick cinder block wall
Mm-hmm.
to even get underneath and take down a whole bunch of siding. And I'm fairly certain that pipe is on the outside edge of that wall.
Yeah.
So whoever built that is an idiot.
Yeah. So the other option is that this summer we'll get turn-offs.
Yeah, shut-offs.
Shut-offs.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Installed.
So when we know we're gonna get this hard of a freeze, I'm gonna get shut-offs, and I'm gonna put drains past the shut-offs, so I can shut the water off, and then drain the pipes that are going up to that bathroom completely out until we get past the freeze.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be down a bathroom.
Right, because we do have another bathroom.
Right. I'd rather be down the downstairs bathroom than have to break that open and spend $10,000 to get it fixed. Because reality, that's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So it's a pain in the butt. So we'll talk to our neighbor who's a plumber and see if we can get that set up next year.
Yeah.
So
Or else we'll be using our outhouse.
yeah. Well, the outhouse is going to be a little bit of a walk.
Yeah.
That is not going to be close. And I'm not sure you really want to be using that.
No, probably not.
So. But yeah, that was our escapade of last week.
Yep. We did get the hydroponics back up and running.
Yep.
We're doing
Rapid rooter plugs, whatever those things are.
yeah, I don't know.
The rapid rooter plugs I decided to go with those instead of using rock wool this time. We'll see how that works out. So you got 4 heads of lettuce, and you got 6 starts of passion flowers.
Yes. So I'm trying passion flower again. I got cuttings a couple years ago, planted them in the fall, and then they never came back up. So I've heard the seeds are harder, so I just figured I'd start in here and see what happens.
Yeah, if they don't work, they don't work.
Yeah.
So
I got the seeds for free, so.
Exactly. So that's half the fun.
Yep. But yeah, we've got that all planted in, and the light's back up and running, so it's kind of nice to have that cleared out and working again.
Yep. So we always mix it a little heavy for vegetation, or for vegetables. So it's 9.6 for the master blend and the nitrate or nitrate, whatever side, calcium nitrate, and then 4.8 for the Epsom salt. And that's for 4 gallons. So I mix it up in a 5-gallon bucket, pour 4 gallons in, dump all the stuff in there. I start with the calcium nitrate first, mix that all in, then go master blend, then the Epsom salt. And I use my drill with a paint mixer on it because I am lazy.
Well, the kids like it.
Yep. So big Milwaukee drill in the kitchen, just fill it right there and hit the button on the drill and it spins it up and makes a little tornado and the kids love it.
Yep.
So.
But that's really all that's going on.
Yeah, not a whole lot of anything, but we got some stuff done. I think we've been knocking our list off of things to get done at the house pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. There's always the honey-do list.
Well, yeah. And the unwritten honey-do list.
Yeah. We're working on the kids with that one. Cleaning up dishes, all that other fun stuff. So.
Yep, it's ongoing.
Yep, and you and I are both getting over cold, so I think you're pretty much done.
Well, I know not to be a conspiracy, or anything, but something's going around, and it's just like non-ending, and I keep seeing TikToks about it and reels about it, and it's like, I think that's what we have, but it's like all of a sudden you're fine, and then like an hour later there's just like gunk in the back of your throat, and you can't swallow it, and you can't blow it out your nose, and it's been fun. Yeah.
A lot of long nights, not getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah, because it's like you're fine all day, then all of a sudden at night it's, it starts going back up again.
Exactly. So, I'm usually feeling like crap in the morning, and I feel better throughout the day, and as soon as I walk in the house at night, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But, anything else?
I think that's about it.
All right. Well, we'll make it a short one this week, and we will catch you guys next time.
See you on the homestead, where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.